Hey Internet, this is Gunter with MiniMishaps, and today we are going to be organizing the art shelf in anticipation of a couple of exciting new projects to come. So we have got a bunch of new things coming down the road. First, we have been given a new set of the thermoset plastic. I know a lot of you guys like the plastics videos that we do, and we weren't going to be able to continue them except we got some more materials. So now we can do all kinds of fun projects with that. So today we're going to be getting ready in anticipation of that, and also we have had donation of a large box of miniatures in various states of painting and repair that is going to give us projects to do for quite some time. But we have, in my medical absence the last month and a half, had a lot of partially finished projects, half done, poorly stored or stacked in piles and messes, and it's just been an adventure. Plus I have a 5-year-old, and that makes cleaning and organizing a little bit harder. So, but that's what we're going to try and do today, is we're going to try and get all of that sorted so that we'll be ready for those new projects to come. So here we go. So here is the storage art shelf. You can see we've got stuff for mold casting. There's some clay. This is the minis that need to be sorted back, that are in finished projects that we haven't maybe done all the videoing for. Loose pieces of terrain and bases. We've got a project that I just finished with that pirate treasure hunting. We've got 3D printed pieces. We've got primed but not painted. We've got broken things and stuff that has bases and different things in different stages here. And then there's a couple of things that are done and just need to be displayed or moved out. We've got art supplies here, and everything's a mess. We've got unassembled miniatures that were going to be for an old kit bashing project, and we've got more of our art supplies that haven't been unpacked from the Florida trip that we did. And here is the miniatures from the tournament that aren't painted, more bases, more materials, more miniature cases and miniatures. And then we have a couple of things that got spilled for the 5-year-old. So those we'll have to sort back onto the shelf. And then we've got so you can see there's lots of spaces that will be filled with the different stuff on the shelves. But unfinished projects, stuff that needs to be sorted back, stuff that needs to be cleaned up. And it's just kind of exploded everywhere in a tornado of overwhelming mess here. So, but we're going to get these guys back into cases. We're going to get cases back on the shelves and boxes, and we're starting that today. So this guy is, I'm going to put him in the we don't know what to do with corner, because his plastic interacted with the paint and primer in a way that makes him sticky, almost like the plastic is melting. Then we've got a corner for unfinished, unpainted minis, a corner for broken minis that need repair or that need bases. And so let's do the bases in a separate corner. So if they need bases or need the bases repaired, we'll put that in the corner here. So we've got, so there you go, there's one that's got a base but needs to be painted. Some of the ones that are needing to be painted are on pop caps with double-sided tape, so they're ready to go. That one's been primed. We've got a little Mario figure that matches some others that got bases, and he got left out. Several 3D print projects for the 5-year-old. There's Patrick Star. We've got some of these holiday bunnies left that need bases from last Easter. And then this was a project that never had a base. that we painted for one of our Patreon projects. 3D printed sword. It's kind of massive, and it actually works for Lego, so I don't know if we'll attach it to a mini or put it in with the Lego stuff. There's the arms from that sorceress that you saw before. Another 3D printed guy. The 3D printer doesn't print real high quality, so we get a lot of chipping and breaking and parts that are not lined up well along the lines. So we've got a lot of these like bases that's just octopus arms but no body that needs to be attached to something. And then like this one, the steampunk dolphin, just needs to be touched up and painted and then it'll be ready to go. This was a miniature that printed too small. I don't know how I ended up doing that, but if you print it large, like in the 4-inch range, then it actually holds the dice. He's got a spot to hold the 20-sided dice on his book. There's a little headless Ewok from our Star Wars tent. And then we've got Gary from SpongeBob, who only printed 3/4, and then I poured the rest with thermoset plastic. Slimer is another one that my 5-year-old wanted. And then we've got several of these, like the Centaur, that the plastic doesn't, it just kind of rejects the paint and the primer. So we have to figure out what to do with them, because the plastic just doesn't want to take the paint and the primer. So we've got lots of bits, lots of pieces, things that can get sorted into kit bashing cases, and that's another thing that the 5-year-old really loves is just hot gluing piles of stuff together to make things. So then we've got miniatures that other people painted or that didn't get completed in a video project if we didn't have that happen if we went a different way with a different video, etc. All kinds of partially painted terrain. There's the first mimic, another piece of the hard to paint plastic. You can tell the hard to paint plastic because of the neon green and bright electric blue. Those two groups. One was a Viking set and one was a Greek mythology set. I don't know what it is about that plastic. And here's one, that green ogre there is an example. That's the whole plastic, and then the primer only has about a 50% successfully stuck to the plastic rate. So a lot more terrain. There's tons of treasure boxes because every time I was doing a thermoset plastic, we'd pour it into the treasure box mold if there was extra. And we've got things that are mold cast and made from original clay and wire, and just a lot of chaos. And hopefully we get the stuff painted up, we get the stuff repaired, we get it out and get it into games and game boxes, and there's those tournament pieces that we got our 20 finalists, but never took it any further than that, because that was the last set of projects that I stopped right before I was having my medical issues. So if you remember 2 months ago when I was doing that and you want me to do the rest of the tournament minis up, we certainly can do that. But otherwise they're going to get put with the please paint us pile, along with all the terrain and other unpainted stuff. So it feels really good to sort things back. Here's a bunch of bases. We'll put those in with the basing stuff. And stuff just accrues. You do a project and you don't use all the materials, or something changes, or the theme changes, or different things like that. But anyway, so this is a look at the room of shame, the wall of shame, the pile of shame that has been accruing over 25 years, and we're going to sort it. So stay with us, watch for those future projects. There's obviously a ton of them coming, hopefully, with all the stuff you saw in the random today. If there's things that you got excited about, that you wanted to see especially, then put that in the comments or send me a message, and we'll get those moved to the priority line of projects there, because there's more than anyone could do in a lifetime, it seems like, here. So thank you for watching, for hanging out and partying, and we will see you guys next time. If you want to support the channel, we do have Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee set up, so that really does help us out a lot, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, Internet.